Hi and welcome to Preppy Maths. It's week 2, video 1 of the course, the 10-week course designed to make you better at high school maths, prepare you better for high school mathematics. And today I'm going to be looking at the subtraction surprise problem from nRich. The nRich number there, 11014. Every nRich task has a unique code. And if you Google it, you'll find this subtraction surprise. But we're going to kick on straight away with the example. And apologies today, I look a little bit like an NFL coach at the sidelines here. It's a bit chilly here in Hong Kong today, so I've got my winter warm clothes on. Let's start with subtraction surprise then. The problem looks a bit like this. We take a three-digit number, and we make sure that the hundreds digit is bigger than the units digit. Make sure the hundreds digit is bigger than the units digit. And then what we do is we just reverse it. We just reverse the number 4, 2, 7. And we're going to do a subtraction. So we're going to get a lot of practice today in subtraction. Now, let's go for it. Now, 4 take away 7, we can't do in the units, so we do have to borrow from the tens. If you remember how to do this, we borrow 1 10. So now it's 14 take away 7 in the units is 7. 1 take away 2 in the tens, we can't do that, but we can borrow from the hundreds. We borrow 10 tens from the hundreds. And then 11 take away 2 is 9. And then 6 take away 4 is 2. And then we reverse again. 792, we do a reversal again, but this time we're going to add. And when we add here, let's see what happens. We get 7 plus 2, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. And 2 plus 7 plus 1, 10. So our final answer, 1089. So what I'd like you to do is follow the same method, please. I'd give you a couple to start with. Let's go for 681. Could you follow the same method? And let's go for 402. Follow the same method. Pause the video now. See what you get when you follow the same method. So reverse, subtract. Once you get your answer, reverse and add. See what answers you get for these two numbers. Pause now and then have a look back in a moment when you think you've got an answer. Okay, so let's see what you've managed to get. Let's try it out. I reverse this one, 186, and I subtract. What happens? 1 take away 6 in the units I can't do. I've got to borrow 10, so let's borrow a 10. 11 take away 6, 5. 7 take away 8, can't do. Got to borrow 10 tens from the hundreds. 17 tens take away 8 tens, that's 9. And 5 take away 1 in the hundreds, 4. Then we reverse, so 5, 9, 4. And now we'll add. What do we get? 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. And 4 plus 5 plus 1, 10. Same answer, 1089. This is always true. Let's have a look what we got for this one. 204, reversing, subtraction. 2 take away 4, we can't do. Now, a bit of a hard to borrow here. Can't borrow from 0, but we can borrow a 10 from 40 tens. There's 40 tens there, so that leaves 39 tens plus the 1 we're going to borrow. 12 take away 4, 8. 9 take away 0, 9. 3 take away 2, 1. Reverse, 8, 9, 1, and add. 8 plus 1 in the units, 9 plus 9, 18. 1 plus 8, 9 plus 1 more, 10. 1089. Wow, fantastic. So my question now is this always true? Is this always true? So let's have a think. We're going to try some of our own. Now, I'll give you 2 more to try, maybe 3 more to try, and then you can try 3 more of your own. So press pause in a moment. You're going to try 6 of your own. I'll give you 3 more to try, and then you can try 3 of your own. Just try 3 of your own. Let me just make some up. Let's go for, I don't know, I'm just going to make some up. 981. Let's go for 638, and let's go for 391. There we go. Give those a go, pause the video, see what you come up with. So if you think you've had a good go at these, let's have a look at what we come out with. Let's have a look. We're going to reverse this one, so 189 and subtract. We'll reverse this one. Should we do them all at the same time like this? 836 and subtract. Reverse this one, 193 and subtract. Let's have a look what happens. 1 take away 9, we have to borrow. So 11 take away 9, 2. 7 take away 8, can't do, let's borrow. 17 take away 8, 9. 8 take away 1, 7. Reverse it, 297 and add. 2 plus 7, 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 7 plus 2. And I think probably by now you're beginning to see that once you get to this stage here, that you're going to get the same answer, 1089. Well, I'll start thinking in a minute, why is this the case? Oh, I've made a bit of a mistake with this one, haven't I? Because I didn't make the units digit less than the hundreds digit. So maybe this won't work this time. Because what happens? 8 take away 6 is 2, 3 take away 3 is 0, 6 take away, oh, you get a negative. So yeah, you spotted my little trick there to try and catch you out. We can put it right because what I can do is just rub that out. And you can choose another number yourself, or I will stick another number in there for you. I'll put 4 in there. I'll put 4 in there. Now, we'll follow this pattern. Now the hundreds digit is less than the units digit. 4 take away 6 we can't do. Borrow a 10. 14 take away 6 is 8. 2 take away 3 we can't do. Let's borrow a 10 there. So 12 take away 3 is 9. 5 take away 4 is 1. And yes, you probably now realize with the 9 in the middle, you're starting to see patterns, aren't you? 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. 8 plus 1 plus 1, 1089. Last one, 1 take away 3, can't do, so we borrow a 10. 11 take away 3, 8. 8 tens take away 9 tens, can't do. Borrow 10 tens there. 18 take away 9. 18 tens take away 9 tens, that's a 9. 2 take away 1, 1. Reverse it, 8, 9, 1. Add it, and yes, you're going to get the same result. Now, if you think you found one that doesn't follow this pattern, have a really, really good think. Look back at it and see whether you've got it right, whether there's a mistake in there somewhere. Sometimes in the past, students, when I've done this task with them, have done something like this. Let's go through this one. Something like this. If you've managed to choose an example where you've got something like 670, where you've chosen your units digit as a 0. If you remember, I said the hundreds digit has to be bigger than the units digit, but I didn't say it can't be 0. So if we reverse it, 076. I don't suppose we normally have that as a 0, but let's see what happens. It would just be 76 normally, but let's see what happens. 0 take away 6 we can't do, we've got to borrow a 10. That's 4. 6 take away 7 we can't do, so we borrow. 16 take away 7 is 9. 5 take away 0 is 5. And I think, let's have a look, 4, 9, 5, and we add, oh, I think it still works. We get 9, we get 18, we get 9, we get 10. We still get, even with our 0 in the units as our start number, we still get this 1089. So maybe in comments below, if you can make comments in the video, put down some numbers you think don't work, but I think we can probably find, I think that every number will work. If you keep trying it or keep looking and keep checking it working, I think every single number like this will end up with 1089. And some of you will start to think, well, why? What is it? What's happening in this working? Well, what can we spot? What can we spot? We can spot a couple of things, but I'll let you have a little think. So pause the video. What can you spot? What patterns can you spot? And can you explain why? Why does this work? Can you see why? So well done if you've done that. I think one pattern you could spot is that in the middle here, you always seem to get these 2 9s. You always seem to get these 2 9s. Now, why does that happen? Well, it happens, I think, because when you reverse the number, the two digits, I think you'll see here, the two digits here, will be the same, won't they? Look, these will be the same, because when you reverse the 3-digit number, the middle digit will be the same. And because I told you that the leading digit has to be bigger than the units digit, we're always going to have to borrow. We can't do 1 take away 9, we can't do 4 take away 6, because the units digit is smaller in the top number when we reverse it. So we're always going to borrow from this tens digit in the top number. And if you think about it, that means it's always going to be 1 less than the number below. But we're always going to have to borrow from the hundreds as well. So we're always going to get this situation where we end up with 17 take away 8, or 12 take away 3, or 18 take away 9. In other words, there'd be a difference of 9 in these numbers. There'd always be a difference of 9 in these numbers, because we've taken away 1, but we've added 10. And subtracting 1 and adding 10 means there'll always be a difference of 9. And that's why you end up with this 9 in this middle position. So very well done if you could work that out and realize that's why you always end up with a 9 in this position. It's a bit trickier to try and explain why you always end up with a sum of 9 in these two numbers, 8 plus 1. It's something to do with the difference of these numbers and then adding 10 to the difference of these numbers, or the complement of 10, complement the difference of these numbers and then subtract that from 10. But if you've done any algebra, have a little look at this and see if you can follow what I'm doing. We normally wouldn't do any algebra until a bit later on in high school, but we'll just have a little look now. And if you don't manage to fully understand what we're doing, don't worry too much. And we'll pick up on this later in the course, possibly, but this is just a little bit of an extension, possibly, for some people. So if I choose a number, I'm just going to use letters like this, lowercase letters, to signify some digits. So these are digits. And I know that A, whatever number's here, is bigger than C. So if I reverse it, I'll end up with that type of number. So I'm using letters to signify numbers, or digits in this case, Now, if I subtract here, what will happen? Let's have a look. Well, I know that this digit C will always be less than this digit A. So I'm always going to have to borrow 1 from here. So this will end up as the digit B minus 1. And here I'm going to borrow a 10. It's actually a 10. So it's going to be 10 plus C. So although you might think I'm borrowing 1 here, I'm not. I'm borrowing actually a 10. So 0 plus 10 is 10 in this case. Above 1 plus 10 is 11. 4 plus 10 is 14. 1 plus 10 is 11 there. So that's going to be 10 bigger than C when I borrow from there. Now, once I do my subtraction, what I end up with here in this digit, I'll have 10 plus C, then take away A. In this digit here, I will know that B minus 1 take away B. Well, that would be negative. I need to borrow again, so I'm going to borrow from this digit. That will be 1 less than A now. And I'm going to get 10 more here. Similar reason to above. So this digit here will now be 10 plus B minus 1, that digit, take away B. And this digit will be A minus 1 minus C. Okay, so these are all digits. Let's have a look what happens now. Now I reverse it, don't I? So I put this digit here, this term here, 10 plus C minus A over here. This will be the same, 10. Oh, but 10 plus B minus B, that's just, oh look, that's amazing. 10 plus B minus B, well, plus B minus B is just 0, and 10 minus 1 is 9. That's equal to 9. Wow. So that's amazing. 10 plus B minus 1 is just the number 9. And look at that. That shows us exactly where that digit 9 comes from. So reversing that. And then this will go over here by reverse. And now I'm going to add. And what do we end up with? 10 plus c minus a plus a minus 1 minus c. Well, you've got plus c minus c, so that's 0. You've got minus a plus a, that's 0. And you've got 10 minus 1, that's 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. And a minus 1 minus c, you've got an a minus an a. You've got a minus c plus a c, that's both 0. And you've got a minus 1 plus 10, that's a 9. Plus 1 is 10. And you'll have algebraically, using algebra for digits and numbers, shown why this will always be 1089. Now, don't worry too much if you didn't quite get this, but I know some of you are out there thinking, actually, yeah, I kind of follow that a little bit. And if you do it with numbers, if you do it with the numbers, you will always see that works. And if you can just talk about the numbers, that's fine as well. So we'll just do one more number example, and we'll try and explain again using that similar kind of idea. We'll go 632. Let's just follow this again. 236. We'll subtract. So my idea above, I've got the digit 632, the digit 236. I know the digit 2 and 2 is less than 6, so I've got to borrow a 10 here. So borrowing 1 10. 10 bigger than 2 is 12. There's my 10 bigger than 2. 12 minus 6 is 6. 2 minus 3 I can't do, so I've got to borrow 10 tens from here. 2 plus 10 is 12. 12 take away 3 is, there's that 9. 5 take away 2 is 3. 693. And you will always end up with 1089. Try some more out. See what you come up with. Have a play with that. Show your friends. Show your parents. Show them that's always going to be the case. Try and teach them that bit of mathematics if you can. Try and explain to your parents or anyone who's at home. Try and explain that. Try and get them to do it. Try and see if they can find any digit or any numbers that don't give 1089, and see if you can explain roughly why. You can just use the ideas of numbers and digits, or you can try and use algebra if you want to, but just use the numbers and digits if you can. But try and explain this to somebody else, and that will really up level your mathematics understanding by trying to explain it to somebody else. Good luck with that. Thank you for watching, and look again for video 2 of week 2 coming up soon to prepare you better for mathematics at high school. Thank you. Bye-bye.